Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it. This is Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. But I want to bring your attention to a show that I'm going to be having tonight. It's going to be very interesting. I'm encouraging all of you, those of you that are listening to this video, to tune in tonight, because perhaps this might be some of the reason why we have all of the mess that is going on in our own country. Because you have to listen to these things. These things, the trouble we've been having in Liberia didn't start overnight. These are things that's been happening from time to time. There are those who came before us, past generation, failed to recognize these things, and will continue to repeat them, because we ourselves have not yet able to recognize and see if these things can be rectified, so that this country, beautiful country of ours, can be built just by our hands as Liberian. It doesn't matter who you are at this point. Concord country, it doesn't even exist anymore. We're all one another. We're all one country, one people. But if we do not understand why these things are happening to us, we're most likely not going to be able to find solution. So I ask you tonight to join me.
Yet, how does one begin to help people who swim on their own flooded streets to voting booths to vote incompetent criminals back into office?
Yes, that is a big question. We all have to. People who will go to the voting booth swimming in their own flooded streets just to vote people in offices who are incompetent. And those incompetent people that are being voted in offices will also appoint people who are also incompetent. So this is like a big deal. How do we help our brothers and sisters to make sure that their voting rights are utilized effectively? They have the voting cards. They must be told how important their voting cards are to all of us. And so I'm saying, those of us that have this platform, this is not time for hate. You don't come into this because you hate. You must do all you can to educate the voters themselves, how important their voting cards are. Because of their vote, our leaders be able to do what is right for our people. Join me this evening as I try to explore this particular question, and many more that will be coming. Join me this evening at 8 Eastern Time, 5 Pacific, where we will take on this question and be able to see how much we can go. With your help, we, the Liberian people, will be able to educate our brothers and sisters that have the right to vote whoever they want, but they must do so with responsibility. This is Samson Toll, Liberian Public Radio. Thank you very much.
C'est au-dessus de moi, encore une autre fidèle qui l'Amérique n'a pas loupé nous. Quand il y a Sylvie, il y a un point qui j'ai loupé presse. L'Amérique n'a pas loupé, t'as bien de moi avec moi, en ce moment, on va battre au moins, néo. Mon temps d'hier, t'as mon mouillé, on s'est abattu pour moi, il pleure. Toi, avec la locale, yo.
Doing anything that people get amended, and there will be from 2005 to date. We all doing anything. I've done something. Trust me. I'll be re-elected. You understand? So you don't need to fight. You don't need to destroy your country. You don't need to even condemn your country. You have to be inspired, peacefully, and then convince the people, persuade people. Politics is about persuasion, and it's about what you have done for your people. I have done so much that I don't need pay for. You know why I don't need pay for? Because Liberians love me and they promoted me when I was on a soccer page. You understand? And they were proud to be Liberian when I was on the soccer page. And I've done my best for my country. I'm a former peace ambassador. It doesn't matter what people say. I'm on record.
Yao, abela lokeyo, bibito jobai, bibito noba, artiste mo peyo. Manager Gigi, ouais t'es jamais forcé ou si tu connais tu connais. L'animateur Choco Noscan Yassin de Toyebli, l'homme a tout fait pour Mivito, Aniche les vieux.
Henry, I can tell you the problem of this country with respect to prices, with respect to health, with respect to education, and largely tied to roads. There are no roads. You don't see opportunities where they should be when you don't have roads. From up to 173 years, we only have one road. How do you know what is happening in Bapolu when you don't have roads? You don't go there. The prices of goods, commodities on the market are high because to get them to where they are needed. So there's no way you can, when I talk about road, I'm not talking about putting road on the sidewalk in Monrovia, $50,000 road and make it $3 million. We're talking about roads that will open up the country. We're talking about roads that will open up opportunities, roads that will get businesses going, and dependency reduced because people believe their goods and commodities can get to the market. That's what we're talking about.
Good evening, folks. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. We're here again this evening. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Safety. Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this evening. We want to thank you for your protection. We want to thank you for your forgiveness. We want to thank you for the spirit of everything else that you do and continue to do for us. Thank you, my Lord. Thank you. We want to thank you for all that you have done and continue to do. We say thank you. Thank you. Only through you that these things are possible. Because of your spirit of forgiveness that you have for all of us, we are here. Thank you. Thank you for the blessing that you continue to pour on all of us. No one person else can do that, only you. Those of us that believe in you and know who you are and know you as our Savior, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the life you continue to provide for us. Thank you for the opportunity that you have given us and we're still producing. Thank you, my Lord. Thank you. My Lord, the politics of Liberia is getting harder. But thank you, because you continue to guide the process, because you continue to make people to listen to each other and understand that this is about an election. My Lord, only you that have that power. And your hands does not leak. And that's why we continue to pray and put Liberia in your hand and put Liberians in your hand. My Lord, we ask you again, continue to protect us, all of us. Election in Liberia is about election. But we want to invite you, and in fact, we are inviting you to step in. Make these people to understand that this is just about an election. It is not about war. My Lord, give us wisdom. Give every one of us that are talking about these things wisdom to talk what is truthful, to talk what is good, to make sure that Liberians that will be listening get the understanding. My Lord, I'm out here again tonight, getting ready to open my mouth, my big mouth. But I ask you to guide my tongue. I ask you to guide my thought. I ask you when I open my mouth, whatever hate spirit that is in me, please take it out. Whatever thing that I'm saying that is not of good nature for another person, please take it out. I'm a human being like any other person. But I put my trust in you. And as I'm getting ready to talk again tonight, please let me talk based on hate. This is not the time. Let me talk based on wisdom that you have provided. We ask you to bless the country of the Republic of Liberia. We ask you to bless the leader, President Weah of the Republic of Liberia. We ask you to bless the opposition, Ambassador Baka of the Republic of Liberia. Let them understand that this is an election. It's about ideas, about policy, and not about individual. We want to thank you for that. We want to thank you for your continued guidance. We want to thank you and bless those who are going to be operating the entire process, the entire electoral process, the election commission. My Lord, we put them in your hand as well. Guide them. Guide them. My Lord, only you that have the power to do such. We ask that you continue to bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, folks, I'm not going to be talking a lot of tabata here tonight. I will just briefly talk about what I want to talk about, and I'll open the line for us to have a conversation. What I do know, if I was President Weah in Liberia, that meeting every day in the street of Monrovia, people and myself will fight. You dude, you said all kind of thing about, I will get vexed. You and myself will fight. You think you will say all kind of thing and get away with it? I beg you. Even if I come to America, say, I come on official visit, I will look for you. What kind of business is that? But that's President we are. That's President we are. As Costa told me one time, he said, because I said, you can't talk to my mother. He said, if your mother want to be talked to like that, then she shouldn't be in the politics. So, so the politics of Liberia is getting, I don't know. They're not even discussing policy anymore. They are describing President Weah as though we don't know that President Weah is a human being. If you have not heard of President Weah before, if you have not seen President Weah before, you would think that's some kind of Buku man from the village of Totown. My goodness, he's a human being. I don't want him to be taking second turn, but my goodness, he's a God's child. We cannot describe each other like that. That is unacceptable. But that's what they want to do. They're entitled to that. The way they talk, I'm not comfortable with that kind of language. And definitely not on this platform. You will not see me describe another human being as such a minor. No, I won't do it. I will not do it. I will not do it. It is unfortunate because many people gravitate towards those kinds of language. Watch again. I'll be on here tonight. You would think I will go. I try to be intellectual, and you think I will get 1,000 viewers? No, I'll be lucky if I get 10. But that's okay. That's okay. We're not here for viewership alone. We're here to bring out ideas, to talk about things that we believe that Liberians most likely will be helpful to Liberians in making a decision. Now, let me say this again. I am also one of those who want President Weah to be one-term president. It is not because of hate. I think I expressed that already, because I'm not comfortable with the hateful statement about the president. I just don't see it. I'm not comfortable with it. That's unacceptable for me. You know, even though in as much as I want Ambassador Baka to win, but any supporter of Ambassador Baka and would be describing President Weah as such, I am uncomfortable. I cannot. I can't stomach those kinds of topic, because we're all human beings. Every one of us, our mom took care of us, struggle with us, especially those of us that were born in the countryside, struggle with us. So we are a creation of God. Why will you describe somebody as such if you think the person is that much wicked? Take the person somewhere else for him to be found guilty. But to describe another human being of what I listened to this evening, I am uncomfortable with those kinds of language. But let me go on. My reason why I want President Weah to be a one-time president based strictly on policy. And I will share those again with you tonight. I hope Mr. George, all of the panelists, I sent it out already. You can't join me right away before I start my tabata. Because when I start the tabata, I cannot just stop. So let me give you a few examples for why I believe President Weah. First of all, let me say this here. Let me say this. In as much as I don't like the language that they use to describe the president, however, I will criticize, but I must do it with responsibility. I must do it with respect. Because in as much as I want Ambassador Baka to be the next president, I will not disrespect this president. And then when President Baka get there, then I say, why you disrespect? No, it don't work like that. Respect go both ways. You respect, they respect you. That's as simple as that. That's just human nature. So that's it. So reason why I think President Weah does not deserve second term. Policy. What I do know. Back in the days when Councillor Bronskin was seeking the presidency of Liberia, presidential of Liberia, I was heavily involved. And as an engineer, I was asked to have a group, engineering group of Liberians who are engineers and was supporting Councillor Bronsky to form a group. So we did. And in that group, we have to come up with a policy that if Councillor Bronsky was to win, the policies of infrastructure, what are some of those things that would be good for Liberia, and what are those that will be somehow table for now? Because now all infrastructure project is good for Liberia. I can tell you that. I can give you a few examples, but I'm not going to go into those now. So we put together with our leader, I'm not going to call his name, but he was the engineer, he was the leader, and we all came up with ideas. And we have every night, we have a meeting, and then we would discuss our policy ideas. And then, okay, we're going to eliminate this because engineering, in terms of engineering, this is not feasible and this is going to be very costly. And we eliminated those that are first economically impossible, and we're considering Liberian situation, and we eliminated those things. And we brought forth those that are inexpensive, but good quality in terms of engineering. We put those forward and we represented them. Now, you say, well, of course. At that time, the Liberty Party was scheduled to have a convention in Lofa County. When they had a deal with the Vanyama city mayor, who then, I got to be careful. Me and Joseph Baga will go a long way. Because according to the story, they kicked Liberty Party out of the hall. They refused. After they had made an agreement with Liberty Party to have the convention in their city hall, Vanyama City Hall, he later on, when the people went there for the convention, he refused. Reason giving, according to inside sources, Ambassador Baka told them, he said, I don't want no Liberty Party people in a hall, and they kicked them out. It was raining that night. The reason I know, because I was on the air. I was on Liberia Public Radio on the air that night. And I was on the air with Philip Swart. That I will call his name. I was on the air with Philip Swart, who was then trying to make the connection so that I would be able to speak with Councillor Bronsky that night. Agreement, everything went on. Just as Councillor Bronsky was getting ready to come on air with us, current Vice President Taylor walked in, and Councillor Bronsky explained to me that Senator Taylor is here, so I won't be able to come on air right now. So I had Phyllis Swar and some of the other people that were around to give us some information. We had a wonderful conversation that night. But anyhow, but that particular policy statement was never read. So the question was, what happened? So did we put all the efforts in it for nothing? I don't know. But this is what I'm saying to you. So when President Weah and his people came in, they decided to come up with, just like Councillor Bronsky did, compiling all of the policy paper from different disciplines, lawyers, doctors, engineers, poo-poo cleaner, whatever. They all have their policy that he will put together, compile them together, and make them into a larger platform for Liberty Party. So when President Weah and his people came in, they decided not necessarily follow the same footsteps, but guess what? Some of their top people that wrote the pro-poor agenda were also involved with Liberty. They are members of Liberty Party. And they were involved in crafting some of the Liberty Party policy. So when I read through some of the pro-poor agenda, I could see the footprint of Liberty Party policy in it. I know that because I was involved. So I know that. I can tell. I have Liberty Party. I have all the policy statement, Liberty Party. I have it. So when I compare, I know. And the person who wrote it, I saw the person name, and the person was also leading the policy writing process for Liberty Party. So it's not much different. So when they did that, I felt within myself, and I'm going to be very, very, very truthful here tonight. I felt within myself, with this pro-poor agenda, that CDC, those sedition that I have always considered inept, unable to do anything, one of the most ridiculous political party in Liberia. It's always been my position. When I've read this pro-poor agenda, I thought to myself, if these people, if I pray, God, don't let them do the pro-poor, because they do the pro-poor agenda, that 12 years straight, nothing else. But knowing who sedition, I didn't even have to pray for that. So before long, sedition decided to put the pro-poor agenda aside. And they decided to do their own thing. You have the late Mobutu, from time to time will say, the president said, Liberians will not be spectators in their own country. True statement. What are we now? How many Liberian construction companies that is being impacted by the policy of President we are in Liberia? Liberia own construction company. How many Liberia own engineer company that is being impacted by Liberian government? They have a system. In order for you to get, now it's not a rating system. It is not a rate, there's no document to it, but I'm involved and I've had series of interaction with them on different projects with them. But every time you have a project that is more than maybe 100,000 or 150,000, you must connect yourself with a foreign company. Anytime you see any of the Liberian engineers, Liberian construction company, before they do any kind of major project, they have always connected with other Korean, Japanese, South African, Ghanaians, Nigerian. They will never do stand alone. So I started wondering to myself, when will we not be spectators in our own country? That didn't happen. So the issue was, if they keep making these statements, why is it that many companies in Liberia, first of all, they come up with the other ridiculous policy, where in order for you to do construction, to get a contract, they have what they call pre-finance. From my perspective, it's ridiculous, unacceptable. Pre-finance. How many Liberian companies in Liberia that have a saving of $100,000, let alone million plus? But not only that, these people, they got to go. They must go. They can't stay. They cannot stay. Unacceptable. They must leave. This government, based on policy alone, they can't stay. So what do? They tell you, say, we want you to pre-finance. And because you don't have that kinds of money readily available as a construction firm or the engineering firm in Liberia, you have nothing. So you're now bound to associate yourself. The first thing you say, okay, go and get another company from a foreign company to be on your side. The foreign company they're coming in with the pre-finance process. So basically, you as a Liberian company become like a front. That means you got no teeth, you got no backbone. They tell you how jump, you say how high. So you become a front for this company, for this foreign company. They tell you how much you're going to get paid. Now, so another ridiculous thing they do, besides the pre-financing business, they come out, they say, okay, in order for you to get this contract, we want certain kickback. I know, I'm not going to call name. No, I will not call name, but I know it. We want certain amount of money. And I saw some of the people, a few days ago, I saw some of the people posting on Facebook how President Weah deserves second term because the president is doing such a good. These are the people that I was in the office with. They were right before me, my own eyes. Apparently, they didn't know that I'm a liberal public radio journalist either, but I'm an engineer, so I don't bother myself. But the only thing I told myself was, if they decided to do Croco G business, I would not be part of it. I would not. And in fact, that's why most of the projects that I'm involved with, not even most, but all of the projects that I've been involved with, I don't take money. Because I don't want you to come back and say something to, I pay you the money. You pay me 5 cents, nothing. I do it free. Spend hours here, free. You pay me 5 cents. I say so. I something to from Total. I tell you, they pay me 5 cents, 1 cent. Don't give me. So now even Coca-Cola said they give me. But anyhow, then they will come out, they say, okay, so this project, I the director or I X, Y, Z, I want certain amount of money in order for you to get a contract. So say the contract is like 250,000. They want 75,000 without doing anything. This government, and I said this government, maybe President Weah don't even know about it. Maybe President Weah don't even know about it, but they're serving. So they say 175,000. So in order for them to get a 75, most of the project has been funded by World Bank, African Development Bank, and several international partners. Like I interviewed a German technical representative when we had a Liberian Engineering Society convention in Banga 2 years ago. And I asked him, all the corruption that I didn't ask him in secret. I said public, people were there. All of big shot, they were there. I said, with all the corruption going, and you people are the people that really enabling this corrupt behavior. Because you know these people, they're taking kickback. They don't do this project. Everybody look at me like, what are you talking about? They don't do this project with sincerity. But yet still, your German company keep pulling money back in here. Why you can't tell the people? You know what he told me? Here on video. I will play it one day. You know what he told me? He said, that's a good question. Find way over the weekend when we go back to Montreal to come to the German embassy, and I will introduce you to the ambassador. He would be a best person to answer that. I never went back there anyway, but that's besides the point. So they want kickback. Okay. In the kickback process, the way it works, okay, a company 250,000. Okay. 250, and I will be precise here. I will be precise. 250,000 of dollars. Okay. And you go ahead and say I want 75,000. Okay. So you got 175 or so. Okay. Now, the international community or the African Development Bank or the World Bank, they have already earmarked for this project because you guys have submitted all of your estimate. And based on the engineering estimate and everything else, 250,000. So they have already portioned 250,000 based on the material estimating that you have done. So you only have 175,000 left for the construction, design, and everything. You get it plus 75,000 already. And this is how they collect the 75,000. I know it because I've seen it. So what they do is, okay, because you have to submit a voucher to the representative of African Development Bank or the representative of World Bank. You have to submit a voucher of say, okay, this is what I want to pay. I've done certain things. So these big shots now that want the 75, they themselves will put the voucher process together. So they will be able to get their 75,000. They will add things that don't even exist in any of your estimate. So when they get the money, they will be the first to get paid before you, who the engineer or the construction person. They want to be the first to get paid. So as soon as the money comes, they're not signing a contract for you. Then you go and take that 75 from whatever dollar amount they're gonna give you. or sometimes when they want to be generous, they'll say pay in 2 installments. You take that half and give it to them. The other half come later. Then you get a contract. But guess what? The World Bank is aware that you, as a Liberian company, the World Bank has impacted you with 250,000 contract. In reality, you're only going to get $175,000 contract. Then, here's the worst of all. Here's the other worst. These people, they got to go. They got to go. I'm not too sure President Weah is aware of it. I'll say it again. I will continue to say it all night. I will continue to say it all night. So, these people now, the World Bank, you have to submit your version. After you do certain things, you say, I've done this, I've done this, I've done that. You submit, and they're supposed to pay you. So the World Bank take the money and give it to them. Then they want to have a call me. Samuel 12, people can't take the money to find out because they got a leaking process over there. They want to cover it up. So they say, oh, Mr. Toll, oh, okay, well, we'll pay you later. They take that money to go pluck it somewhere else. In the meantime, I will have the contract. I got people working for me. I'm supposed to pay them. But the money that's supposed to come in for me to pay these people, the money not coming. The government have not paid. I now got to go to my ente. I have to go to friends to borrow money to be able to keep these workers, to be able to supply the material. You see where I'm going with this? True story. Many of the time, they give the Liberian company contract. They don't pay them on time or sometimes after the contract. I know a few companies, they're still running behind a government official for their pay. Why is that? When these people have already gotten the money and they're using it for themselves, and the people who the international community trying to prop up, so that the reason why the international community, when you go on World Bank, an international project, they will explain it to you. The reason why they get involved to impact the engineers, the construction company, because they know that these people, when they get the money, they will spend the money in Liberia. But guess what? The fact that the money comes in, even if they're going to pay you, because you are the front, the real company that are going to get paid, they live in South Africa. The real company that are going to get paid, they live in Korea, North Korea, South Korea. The real company that are going to get paid, they live in Japan. The real company that are going to get paid, they live in China. You think when they get paid, they will build Liberia? You think they will build, like they take their money and go to China and go build. But these are the things that people are not thinking. They have no idea. They don't even want to be bothered about impacting Liberian infrastructure group. So that if these people are successful, take for example, the highway, the building from the Ganta going to Sekirpie, going through to Zvedru and what have you. The way it's supposed to work here in this country, here in the US, you travel from here, the Highway 80, that stops in New Jersey. It starts Highway 80. It starts right here in the Bay Area. From 680, it turned to 80 in the Bay Area. It's about an hour and a half from here. So it goes all the way through all the states. But guess what? I work on a project that goes to state line. All of the process that is happening in the state, by the state line, the contractor, yes, some of them from Oregon, but they make sure the material and bulk of the money is spent, the federal dollar, but the bulk of the money is spent here in California. So when you come from Oregon to come do work here in California, first of all, you got to stay here. You pay hotel bill in California, and the hotel owner gonna pay taxes to California. You eating here, you're buying food in California. You're sleeping here, that as I stated already. And the material you're going to use for this project will all be, you can't go building something and go to Oregon or go get gravel from there. You buy it from here, California. So, and that's why when you see many of these roads, you don't even tell the difference. The only difference you tell It's designed to say, welcome to whatever state you're going through. But if you get out and walk, you won't even know the difference of the road. Why? I'll tell you this, because I was involved in one, 2 or 3 times now. When you go to the state line, the engineers of the other state, they will provide you with the material that is specified by the federal government to be used on your road. You can't, because I'm coming from Tabata, I get to the border. Oh, Tabata people, they're different material. Oh, graduate, they're different. No. The government, federal government, if they will spend our money, this is the material you want. So they got federal highway and they have state highway, then they have county highway, then they have county highway, then they have city street. Now, the material, everybody want to build and use good material. There's no question asked. But let's go on the federal level. So when you're leaving one state to another, you won't even know the difference in terms of the connection. But there are some serious issues that everybody have to go through. For example, if you go in state line, the state of Nevada has their own engineer. They will come and provide the process, all of their engineering documents that build that road. They will tell you, you coming in, you're going to have to follow what they have and try to connect together and make sure there's no seam in between. Okay? Now, let's go back to Liberia. So they say, okay, Samson told the international community, the World Bank, knows that Samson told have a contract for $250,000. But in reality, Samson told only have a contract for $175,000 because the other people now take $75,000. They ain't do nothing. They just take it. It's true story. These are the kinds of things, and most likely it's not just in construction, not just in engineering, maybe other area, but I don't know those areas, so I can't speak much about it. Okay? So when they do that, the construction company now, they are in there not for goodwill, they are in it to make money. The engineers are going to design, they want to make money. So what do they give you? They are not stupid. They'll give you substandard product. Something that will just look good. And I'll give you an example. You who live in Monroe, go on Doe Community Road right now. That Doe Community, when they were building it, I was telling them, I have my video there. I said that thing will not last. Because just by looking, the concrete, when they were pouring, the mix of the concrete, it was so funny. You can see the mix design. I didn't see any of the calculation, but just looking at the material, the water and sand were more than the cement and the rock. So when they pour the concrete, the white sand come up, it shows up on top. The water said, you don't even have to flow the concrete, the water pouring in. So in order for it to hydrate, for you to be able to have a good product, you know how long it's going to take you? When they were pouring the concrete that day, most of the side where they were pouring, it was raining. Why would a man want to waste time? First of all, he already cut his money. So if he wastes time, he's going to be losing. So he's not going to waste time with you. So he poured it. He said, "You know, go ahead. What do they have? The kits that they have, pouring the concrete out there. If you watch them, they were working in the rain. Why would you pay me less? Even though on contract, I'm supposed to get enough money, but you already took half of it as your kickback in your pocket." President, we are told us in the inauguration process that this government, his government, will make sure that the national resources do not end up in the pocket of the government official. Opposite of that. Government official every month, their pocket is so full, they can't even walk. They can't ask you for second term. They shouldn't do that. Okay, so let's just say now, President we are and his people, they want second term. Fair game. In fact, he can even argue and say, I'm the most experienced because I'm the most but who called him here? I beg you. You think I finish? I mean, put him in the bag tonight. He always let him. I'm finished. What you coming here for? They're not saying you, CDC people not saying you again tonight. So you can't disturb my show.
What I mean, are you afraid of me?
Yeah, but you're not supposed to come in and like that. Now you make my team now go out of it. Nobody invite you.
Well, he confused. He even confused now. I should play the recording. You're talking.
No,
when you're talking, I send
you see that you come and threaten me. You come and threaten me now.
No,
threaten me.
You send a link. You're telling us, oh, and I send a link. I come again, and then you.
But that's not you are talking about. I don't want you. I want George. I want George, and I want Malice, and I want Terry. Not you.
You in like a Ghana man suit this evening. I love that gold and black. That's a favorite suit there.
Yeah. They say, President, we have got all the property in Ghana, so I want to look like Ghana man, so I can get some of the property myself. But let me wrap it up there. Yeah, that's true. Let me wrap it up there. So the point here is this. When you do all of the kickback, the contractor going to also face he's going to give you substandard material. And furthermore, the way they treat the Liberian engineers and contractors and stuff is so unfair. They don't even pay them. So these people have all these young students, smart. I work with some of them, smart kids. There's a young man, the project that I'm on now, this young man did all the geotech alone by himself. He wrote the paper. I called Mr. So I said, the paper the young man wrote. It's just like I told you, now you're going to speak shaking, whatever. You don't want to be wasting it, that's fine. But I said, the young man, the kind of paper he wrote, you would think said this is Ashto paper. So beautiful. He tells you everything. He has all of the need of the different type of soil in the area. This young man, he lives in Liberia, very smart. But no money to pay them. The people who are supposed to be taking the project and paying people, they take the money for themselves. So how are you going to impact the people who supposed to, when you pay these people, this young man has wife, have kids. The kid will go to school. He will take his money. Come back in.
1 second. Don't worry. One minute.
Okay. This you take that kid with that young man will take that money, build his house in Liberia. He doesn't live in Ghana. He's not from Ghana. He's not from Togo, but he will build his house in Liberia. He will build a house because we're all proud of our county. He will build a house in his county and live in Monterey and work. The money will be spent in Liberia. The money that will be spent in Liberia, that same money they can turn around. And now they kind of map out exercise. What's his name? Two of them can do a map out thing. They do it in their own pocket. That's what I'm talking about. But they don't even see that. Common sense does not even tell them. All they want is the money for what kind of man they are tonight?
I'm not wait.
You're making yourself central point.
I'll try and hold on.
Okay. Why you coming back? My people are in trouble again tonight. Okay.
Oh, God.
But anyway, so this is the thing this is my reason of me saying President Weah does not deserve second term. It has nothing to do with hate. The kind of language that I heard tonight, describing this people's son, this man who single-handedly put Liberia on the map, the way they describe him, I'm so uncomfortable with it. But they say that politics, how you would talk politics and talk to somebody's son like that? What kind of politics? If our job, we have people myself will fight every day. Will fight. I'm not drawing back. But anyhow, the main thing I want you to take away here before Mr. So and my sister having conversation here tonight. I hope other people will join us here. It's the policy they have. They are unable to implement their own policy. They must go.
So who made you uncomfortable tonight, Mr. Toh?
The what?
You said people make you uncomfortable. Who are those?
I said they are unable.
No, you said there were people who were describing the president and the guy.
Oh, that's not your business. That's not your business. I'm not even going to touch that. So, let me leave it as that. The young man, you know what you can do? When I start going heavy on president, we are at CDC, then the people start crying in your ear. He all you get to know. You see how the old man, I don't know where you get the old man from. I can hear that conversation. I don't know how you get the old man. The old man, you need to get rid of him. Then you can say, wow, they're my brother. I can't throw my brother away. But the other brother, yeah, you got to go. They say, okay, let me go. The PR. You can't even show.
What one that?
That you don't want to describe him. You and the other people conversation. So what brought you on my show tonight?
Say it again.
What brought you on my show?
Well, that question sounds so weird. We always together. So why would you say what brought me here tonight? I don't want to be.
I don't want you here tonight.
Oh, so I should exit?
No. You here now? Stay here.
No, if you want me to exit, I can exit.
No, so you see that? So you get reason to let me not stay on your show.
Maybe the Joseph Boyka folks, they don't like me to. They don't like people who stand up for their country. They don't like people who.
Why does it have to be Joseph Boyka?
CDC posted me, and you be blowing the trumpet here. We have not said anything. That you give them 2 hours free public relations. They don't pay for anything.
He coming to attack that one.
Oh no! I just
what's the name of this platform? What is the name of this platform? Liberia Public Radio.
Okay. Now you got into my boogie now. Liberia Public. When last you and your folks they ever get with public? Is it free? Is that your understanding?
We need to raise money, and when we're raising money,
how many times we have not done that?
Have we invited United Party to help raise money for us? We haven't done that.
Do what?
Have we invited United Party to help raise the money for us?
We don't have to invite the party. People like you who profess whose is the sympathizer. You who three times a week on this network. 2 hours, 6 hours every week. You do a public relations for them. They should know better. Public relations are something to be paid for. But I don't know
the people. They don't know me. I just admire them.
You just admire them.
Yeah.
So it's just because of admiration you're doing all what you are doing today.
Strictly.
You know, you sounding like Jemima Wallacoli. They are some of the folks that were United Party who said out of sympathy. No, you know, when I listen to some of these people, and that way I don't even like. But I am waiting on the eve of this election. I have more than what? And the higher man can say, I have all of your recordings. I will play it.
Who you are?
Including you, some of your own confession. I should try one right now.
What's that liquor talk? You got nothing on me. What's that liquor talk?
Okay, the Liberal Progressive. Look, the election. You know, in a Liberal situation, it's just so difficult to talk about.
Yeah, it is.
Because the dishonesty, the hypocrisy, the sycophants, and all of these pretenders. You know, but I'm quite sure if you have never given me a credit, this one you should give it to me, because these are things I have found on from the onset, starting from the creation of the CPP. I kind of forecast, predicted what would have been the end.
Yeah.
You did not listen to me.
On that one. Thank you for reminding me.
The what?
I said
I watched an image. I watched a video footage today from Maryland. You had the opportunity to see it. This Ghanaian, whatever, IT.
Yeah. I don't know why they're keeping this young man in jail for what reason.
Do we also care to know why he was there? You know,
according to Mo Ali, he was there. They brought him in as an IT specialist for Unity Party, and he was there to train poll watcher what to look for. So, but the government have not come to dispute that. They only say they're holding him because they believe he's manipulating.
You it's so sad. But are we also concerned why it is? I mean, we need a little more details. I also want to know why he's being apprehended, and one of the reasons people could guess why he's not a Liberian, and we are in a very consequential elections. Let's say whether a Russians or what or what the people that, of Koreans or whatever came in here. Let's forget about the color or they are from next neighbor. Will we also have that concern if any other political party brought in such a person and it is not public? I mean, will we have, is there a legitimate concern?
No. You can't say it was not public. This man coming in, Unity Party, I made that public long time ago.
Long time, what time?
Well, maybe a little bit. What I know about before the October 10th general, that Unity Party have a.
Are you good at speculation? Are you I mean,
no. I read it on one of the news outlet.
Which news outlet is that?
Out of Daily Observer of Front Page.
Try to be specific. We are obligated to the audience.
I'm not in a courthouse. I'm not on a witness stand. Unity Party is doing well. Unity Party is going to win the election. Don't try to.
I don't care. Look, I am for Liberia. Unlike you,
But you're distracting me. I'm here to preach. I got a message to preach. And you're here trying to talk about who they recommend that law. They will follow the law.
I'm ready to be the congregation to learn our new scripture. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So basically,
by the way, we from which book?
You see, that's a distractor. Let me finish my Tabata. How Unity Party going to win the election? Let me finish. Okay. They send you to try to distract the liberal, but you know you can't make it with me. Where am I, George? You're not coming here today. Where your patron, the other man from Rhode Island over there?
You see this document in my hand?
Yeah.
Let me show you. You see it? Can you recognize anything here?
I don't see nothing there.
You can see it?
No.
Okay. You will see it. That's some of your financials. I know this is so sad for people. I'm just so disappointed in you. But go ahead.
So when Ambassador Baka take the election, and you will see the difference in the country. You will see how wonderful Liberia will be improved.
How will Liberia be like, Mr.
Let me explain to you. That's a good point. Good question. Good question. I like when you come in to distract me with these kinds of questions. It gives me the opportunity to explain why I believe that Ambassador Baka is going to be your next president. How is he going to change the country in your eyes? What position this country is in now?
You tell me.
I'm on it. I'm just asking a rhetorical question. Let me just don't interrupt. This country is in a corrupt big hole where we're finding ourselves without the support of the Liberian diaspora. The economic situation in Liberia will be non-existent. With Ambassador Baka and his people coming in, truly prepared to rescue this country. They told us that. Not only are they coming to rescue, but that their arms are open. They recognize Ambassador.
What is the
I'm trying to tell you, now you're gonna interrupt. You want to disrupt this conversation this evening. And I'm not here for that. I will let you enjoy yourself because you're my guest. I don't want to pack you.
No. I'm not your guest.
You're my guest?
No.
Who are you?
I am also a contributor analyst like yourself, so I'm not a guest.
Then let me finish my.
If I'm a guest, then just let me just be the one to be the to be the one to be doing the talking. You doing your talking.
On my show, I'm gonna let you can't tell your tabata. They send you a specific. You interrupt. Let me finish my statement. You're not going to You see, this is why you and Mr. George are very good with your conservative idea. You're trying to bamboozle me to take your line. Could you please bring the young lady in, Mr. So?
Let me see.
You don't have the name?
I'm operating from
Okay, okay.
You know, I'm not in studio yet. I don't want before you say. Okay, let me see.
Right.
Okay, I still have the capacity to do that.
Okay, okay. So let me explain. Good evening, madam. Thank you for joining us.
I said, oh, he's so happy and participating. I join him. Wow.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
You were so run away.
You know what?
I come to tell
as of tomorrow, I will exercise my executive authority on this network here. We're going to cut down some of. We're going to cut down these. We're going to cut down.
Yeah, you got authority. I'm the board
chair. Board chair. Okay, we'll see. We'll cut down the number of contributors on the Unity.
How the Liberian people are going to be free? How they're going to be rescued? Let me explain. So, Ambassador Bakai, good evening, madam. I'll soon be coming to you, but you have to unmute yourself.
Oh, not me. I will be here. You come to me. You go to her.
You ask a question. Oh. So I'm answering. Then I will ask her to answer because she been listening too.
Folks, you're listening. You're listening to the liberal. I've been here. He never gave me a chance to talk. He said, "Wow, this is unbelievable. The contract, the war is not fair." Go ahead.
Yeah.
You been interrupting. You've been interacting with him.
Exactly.
And you went on.
Exactly.
So you didn't wait to
you're not even ready to explain. So let me say that I'll turn it over to her. So Ambassador Bakai, on a very serious note, recognizing that he doesn't want to be the president of Unity Party, unlike President Weah, who is the president of CDC. They believe that. Ambassador Bakai, from immediately after the October 10th election, without even knowing whether he has won or going up, he went straight to the press to face the Liberian people. And he said, and I'm paraphrasing now, help me, join me to rescue this nation. He said, one thing I like about you and the country is that you always have the resilience in you, and I respect that. Another thing he mentioned, which was very important, that this whole process of him being the president. Why are you not looking at me, Mr. So? Why are you looking? Who are you looking at? Somebody sending you text? Yeah, look at me. Yeah, thank you. Ambassador Baker then said, many of you that are talented, the young people that are talented, that have the ability to move this country to the next level, join me, all hands on deck. You never heard President Weah say that before. President Weah only recently, within the last 1 week or so, he has never admitted that Liberia have challenges and face many challenges. But this last gone week, he admitted that. We say thank you. Because if you don't know what your problem is, how are you going to solve it? Samuel Tuakama, he said he got suppler. They got fasting. They can't. You heard a health worker over there in Ganta demonstrating. They can't get paid. But he said he got suppler. Are those the kinds of people you want to give another 6 years, Mr.
Samson Tall. Right now, Koto said is not even happy with you because you're not being a good asset to the ambassador.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
How many days will get to be? And you're just talking about all you're doing, you are promoting President Weah, just how you wore the CDC jacket last night until Terry. Koto, you didn't see it? The man left to go change.
Okay, whatever.
You I don't know. I don't even know. You term not to be supporting the CDC, but you promote CDC than any other candidate.
Who, me? Yes. I just been very fair.
I wanna agree with Mr. Toll when he says that you came purposely to support the CDC. Okay, this guy.
But anyway, let's get from.
I would never
let the young lady speak. Kotu, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Toll, and I appreciate you for going through all of the analysis when it comes to the project being managed in Liberia and how these projects have not been, accepted in Liberia because of the process that the various projects has to go through. Which I hardly agree with you. to some level. And the reason why I'm agreeing with you, because I know people who have gone to Liberia with the mind of establishing business. And besides people who have gone there, I have my own personal business there, to the point that since I left, at least from the onset, there was some management in the business. For up to this time now, business are all dying. And which is kind of, bad for the country, because if you have an economy where people cannot even sustain themselves easily, or they cannot do businesses since the government cannot accommodate them in the government sector, they have the private sectors where they can be absorbed to accommodate themselves or to manage their life, there. But this is what we have been experiencing with this government. There
But
hasn't been
how
any
do you think Ambassador Barker going to be different from this present
okay, like you rightly said, Ambassador Barker has said that his coming in is not to do anything for himself. He has come in for the benefit of the young ones, because he wants them to be put into a better.
How can we verify that?
But Mr. So, when I call out,
Something
he has done that before.
We're having a conversation. The lady is asking.
I'm here to. Yes, he has done it before, and he's willing to do it at a better skill. He did it at a minimum skill where he was just as minister or director for institution, and he was able to do some establishments there that we can at least believe that he did it, as compared to we have never had such experience. And it's I said that it's like for many of us that are here, even the both of you that are here with me, there have been nowhere you're going to have a job, and they take the man who is just an income, like intern, to come put over you with high experience. So let's radicalize this. Let's radicalize this. Being a nurse.
What?
There is nowhere I can just go on the floor with even my experience that I would just be given an institution without me shadowing. No.
So this is let's have a conversation here.
So for that, this is what So you see, if you put an unexperienced or inexperienced man in a position, it takes him longer. That's why you see we have been suffering, because the experience is not there. So it takes him long to get the experience. Then before he starts to kick in, which is going to take long. That's why most institutions they will always want experience over just anybody coming in. Because the time they will take to train you is not going to take long. Because the time they take to train you is cost incentive. It's also time consuming. So if you come in where I would take like you see, they will always take like the highest 3 months. You should be probational period where you will be able to be a
So okay, let's have a little conversation.
Okay.
Samson, we're not speaking crown. Why is he talking back there? I'm probably putting that crown. Everybody crown people listening.
No, somebody was talking to me. Sorry. Madam, you're done?
He cut me off. Well, I'm listening to
Mr. So. The lady tried to explain to you, to try to disabuse you on many issues, and you're going to cut her off?
He cut me off. He
said, go ahead, Mr. So. The floor is yours. Let's see what you got.
I cut you off. I thought it's a conversation, right?
Yeah, you said I was talking. You said it's a conversation. You have to say something, so I give you a break.
Okay, no, go ahead, because Samson already pictured me to be like that. Go ahead. If you even have me here as something closer to that. You know me, I'm an Israeli. I can pay back.
That's the thing. So what Mr. Barker is saying, he wants to absorb everybody. It is not a unity party thing. And you can see from what is going on now, everybody is being absorbed with their expertise.
So let me
journalist, come in with your expertise. Tell us what you do for Liberia, so that we can put all together, our resources together, and for the betterment of Liberia. It's not me, Koto, because I'm supporting him. It's not Mr. Toe, because he's supporting.
So,
he's
Kotu, let me
taking
ask you this.
experience.
Kotu, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Let me ask you this, then I can bring in Mr. So. Let me ask you this.
You not even bring me in say I'm okay. I'm listening. I'm learning. Y'all go ahead. Y'all have your
Mr.
feast.
Toe, go ahead. God, get limited time.
All right, okay. All right, Mr. So, go ahead. Go ahead. Then I'll bring Kotu back in. Go ahead.
No, she was, we are also obligated in as much people will put on their partisan garments or gowns on this network, dress beautifully in their gold and black. It's okay. But we also have an obligation when we come to this sort of public forum. We must also understand that our viewers or listeners, followers, they are diversities in their political thinking. But when we can't start preaching, then you more or less taking this network now. You say you don't like Fox, but you more or less like a grandchild of Fox News Network that you don't even want other voices to be heard. If anybody
Mr.
tries to be a little bit critical,
if any other person come over here and then they think that they're going to run away with words, I will challenge them. There's no question asked.
Okay, you interrupted me. So what I was asking,
because I'm running the show.
I heard you
I'm
saying
sure.
experience.
I'm on show. I said I'm on show. I'm running the show. I'm in charge.
Go ahead, Mr. So.
Oh my goodness! You see, country people want to be in charge of something. It can be terrible. Okay, I heard you saying experience, and you put people in places. I was just wondering what specific reference you are making to. Who are you? A specific thing you are trying to address? I mean, just to kind of get it out.
I was referring to Ambassador Boycott.
So who is not experienced in this case?
Josh Weah is not experienced. And I said it. I said comparing him with Josh Weah. Is the two.
Do you have a standard? Is there a standard of somebody being experienced, longevity, or what?
Of course.
Jesus.
Let me tell you something. What happened with experience? And I was just analyzing here. Probably you were not listening to me. You were thinking far off. When it comes to leadership, you should have some management skill to be a leader. You are not just coming in. People only look at employing people. But if you employ people, you also have to be concerned about that person's health or social and even, surrounding the environment. Not just because you're employing people, you just bring them in because they are employees. So that's why training comes about.
Not only that, do you have money to pay them?
Exactly. Not even okay. Let's talk about that thing before you bring money in. You bring somebody in a company. You have to be able to tell me how much are you going to bring to my company.
No, but what do they do? They harmonize.
What impact?
On the payroll, and then they cut other people's salary, and this is the leadership they're talking about. And that's what we see.
Does that work in an institution? Because if you cut down the person's income, you are also diminishing their output. Because that person have to be in the position where they will be, their mind and everything have to be potential or capable of doing the job. And if they cannot, their income cannot sustain them, you are making them incapable. They are not going to produce to the level that they're supposed to.
That's right.
That's right. Yes. So those are things that when you are a manager, you also look at. Make the person potent and that they will be able to produce because you want something to come to your institution. You're not putting people in the institution to kill the institution. You look at your income against your expenses. I can be making $500 and go employ somebody that are paying them $400. What is the overhead?
That's right.
All of these things have to be taken into consideration.
The process.
You see,
there has to be taken into consideration, and this is where we come. And you can't go and tell, like for one example, when I heard it, that broke my back in it when the late public works minister was there, and I heard him saying that once the intention is to do roads, where the money is not there, whether the money there or not there, all he know he would tell you can't let him bring money. Where do you think that money is coming from? You have to set and plan where. That's where the priority comes. That what can we do first or second? I listened to Mr. Toll yesterday when he brought the issue about when Ellen said, making a rule has to follow the economic income of what the road is built on, and which is very important. We only think about making road. When I building a road at this time, and that time, they have to look at the priority. It has to be prioritized. It's just not a randomly making a road. Let's see if I can build a road right now to Ganta.
So
listen, let me end up. Let me end my talk.
I don't know why you kept spinning and then come back. I don't get it. You guys just jumping here. You and something just jumping here.
Fire. I don't have to say anything tonight.
Then you say I jump in here. I'm telling you the importance of where you prioritize. If you make building a road, build a road where it will have an increase or have an increased impact.
So are you saying the reason why Helen Johnson Sirleaf and Ambassador Jones? No, because you are playing into the red meat of the liberal, which yesterday he just gave or half. He doesn't not even have just a little bit arguing. According to him, he doesn't even have anything to prove. All of these things he talked ever since the talk, he never said anything until he just came to light. You are telling us the reason. No, hold on. You are telling us in concurrence with what the liberals said yesterday. The reason the southeastern side is not being connected by Helen Johnson Sirleaf and Ambassador Boyka because the 8 roads.
No, I didn't say that.
But that's what you saying. That's what I mean. That's what.
No, as I'm saying, Mr. Toll was mentioning something last night, and I wanted to throw light on some of these things. No, I didn't say what he was saying.
So then, what's the essence? Okay, so do you agree with what Toll said?
I don't agree with it because I don't have the facts.
Can you ask him, let him bring the facts, or he just making up things by himself?
Well, we are here, we can tell him to bring the facts. But I am saying,
Mr. Toll,
if she said that, it might have been because of that, because they were looking at the priority at the time. What we can do now.
How will you have, is he saying, or the Helen Johnson and the Boyka government are saying, you have
no. Don't tie Ambassador Boyka around the region.
What?
Don't tie Ambassador Boyka around.
Let me tell you something.
Boyka told you
when they came
in power,
he was in the garage?
Yeah.
When they came in power, there was a lot of things to be done at the same time. So you have to look at the priority at a time. And we take it one at a time. There was no way that at the same time they will be building roads in all of the counties.
Unfortunately.
And we know, he knows.
George
admitted. He admitted to the people, let's see, George, we have admitted to the people of the Southeastern that the money
You're not running a show tonight. They say you more lazy.
He admitted that there is money to build that road.
Country was on fire.
He knew that they have money to build that road. Why he didn't initiate the process? Okay? And the people fought to bring in money so that they can carry on this work in the various counties. Now that the money is there, it was only left with him to implement. But yet, here we are. He did not implement. He left that where he has the money to do the work and took on other projects that were not necessary at the time. So that's why we are looking at the prioritizing of projects.
Example of what?
He said it. I listened to him frankly when he went to the Southeast. He said they have money already allotted for the roads to be built in the Southeast. So that you gave him a chance when he get in there so that he can start the project. So if the money was there, why didn't he initiate the process? And this way, the Ellie and Boyka government already took the initiative. They brought the phone in. It was only left.
Brought phone in for what?
For the roads there.
Which road? Where it came from?
Eastern.
Where it came from?
Oh, he tell ask him.
You see, because what happened? You're just selecting bit. No, you're just selecting bit. You're just selecting bit and pieces of this information, and you're trying to make the
talk. No, don't say you're just
because I'm quoting. Yeah, because that's what you're doing.
I'm quoting.
Do I believe what he's saying? I can't put my hair on the chopping board until I see
But
it being
he's
put
saying
into
that
action.
I don't believe
But
him.
you, he's just
You
telling
believe
you.
him?
So what?
You don't believe him? He said it. The president himself said it.
Okay, he said we have the fund. When he said we have the funding, it doesn't mean he's not telling you that it's been there, it's been kept, and he's doing it now. So that's what I'm saying.
What fund we are allocated for road? When have you heard that?
Okay, so that's what I'm not talking about. Yeah, you're breaking it up. What I'm asking you, because
but
these
I'm
things,
telling you that
these things comes into play with some bilateral or these major banking institution or World Bank, African, and all of that. When they make these funds available, it takes time. I'm just telling you. The last time that Southeastern Road funds that were approved by the European Union, that was between 1985, 84, 85. That was the real official time that process was kicked off until this incident of this thing happened. So any other thing with this 85, because of the long stretch, I am not giving justification. The president said that I'm waiting to see that happening because we have been hearing this thing over and over.
I'm not supporting that to say that he didn't take the initiative.
But for your liberal to come out yesterday, for your liberal to come out and for you to agree with him, because and you also adding we got the priority, the economic impact. So are you telling me that the southeastern side should stay as it is because it does not have economic growth to the country? That's why you are the liberal saying.
I told you I was not. I said I did not agree with Mr. Toll because I don't have to fight.
So can you tell Mr. Toll what he was saying is just out of?
I'm saying it now. How you want me to say? I do not agree with him because I don't have to fight.
So he was wrong, or he was just making your thing right.
Well, that level you and him, but I do not agree with him because I don't have to fight. So
or some of the liquor tour he was on.
No, look. I want to just say thank
I think what needs to be done. Both parties is both party, the Unity Party, the CDC. They are not finding their rightful tone, and I don't know. And at the end of the day, one side will end up complaining something happened. How many days we get to go down to the election? This is the time to be making their closing case and draw the contrast.
And we're making the case.
No, you're not doing that. When you come, you just talk about you're doing more harm than good.
You got an issue here. You want to hear what you want to hear. That's what they call issue here.
I'm an open mind. I listen to both sides. I always listen to both sides, and I like to be convinced at all. I'm an open-minded guy. That you know.
Let me put the number up.
You put the cloth right before your eye and you say this is the way, and you don't want to tell us other alternatives. So I am opening the corridor.
The number is up, folks. Give us a call.
The alternative is Joseph Yuma Boakai, because Joseph Yuma Boakai can do it in the shortest and possible time as compared to we are. For we are taking long to do it.
Shortest possible time?
Yes. Because
what could be the shortest possible time? What could be that time frame?
You're not giving me the chance, and I gotta go. So I said thank you very much, and I want to tell my Liberian people, y'all don't listen to Mr. So. He has nothing to give to you guys because with him, he doesn't even know where to go. But I'm telling you guys where I want you guys.
Because I don't trust all of y'all. I don't trust. The reason is good.
I don't care where it is. You have to trust.
I don't trust all of you guys. Okay. When you're hanging off with criminals, people that are being indicted, and you're taking fun, that's a disgrace. So where would I go? I can't go. I don't trust the two people that are there because they are not credible. They're all the same people. I don't trust all of them. This is why I remain in my position, and I'm critical on that. Because I can't close my eyes. I can't go to bed and close my eyes.
Era, one person has to be enlightened.
No, it's not one person, because you don't even have the guts. You don't even have the guts to call your people out. When you have someone who has been federally indicted and is expected to go. Look, this document, I just received this document today.
All right, good night.
You gotta be very careful. No, don't say all right. Joseph Boakai should do the right thing to return Stanton Waterspoon money. This money should not be mixed into our politics.
So George,
and to the extent that he says stay quiet, that's a disgrace.
That don't have been giving money to George Weah. You don't know
I
that?
don't care. Well, let him come and tell us. He has not said it. Let he tell us. Let he tell us. He has not said it. Let he tell us. I'm just only saying what you never heard me say that before.
I know when it
you know?
How
you know?
The corona time. And now he was getting 50,000 to George Weah, 50,000 to the party, and he divided it.
That's what I'm saying. This is a disgrace. It is disgraceful. That's what I'm saying. Knowing what we know now.
Okay,
and, the argument and Samson told he should
come to.
Good night, Mr. To. I have
Come to. This is LIBERIA Public Radio. I'm back in time. Thank you for a spirited conversation.
Wow, what a sad.
The lines are open, so let's take a caller. Caller, go ahead. What's the name? What's on your mind?
Yeah, well, hello to all the panelists over there. What really on my mind is Liberia.
Exactly.
And the fact of the matter, Liberia need a leader that will be exactly serious for real business, real development, oriented president. And let's say people kept saying that, hey, Joseph Yuma Boakai served 12 years as a vice president. What has he done? But the fact of the matter is that he has not been the president. Now we have.
Can you hold on? Let me merge the person. I don't want because when you're talking and I merge, they will not hear you. Let me merge this person, please. Ambrose, you gotta mute yourself. Ambrose, you gotta mute yourself. Ambrose, you gotta mute yourself. Thank you. Go ahead and finish your statement, then I'll bring in Ambrose.
Okay, sir. Now we have Mr. Mane Weah as a president, and his pro agenda is a total failure. Liberians are not seeing anything fruitful from that platform or political agenda that he has. And now he asking for a second term. What guarantee does Liberia have that this guy will really deliver? Anybody who will be taking that, believing that, hey, this guy is let us gain that chance, you're taking a big risk, seriously. And I think Liberians are not stupid, You don't have to be a PhD holder or whatever. This just common sense. So he's not up to the task. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your comment. Appreciate it. Ambrose, I'm going to bring you in, but before that, let me just make an announcement. Folks, I'm not going to take my seat. By me sitting down, I don't want it to feel like being disrespectful to you. And when I open the line, then I usually take my seat. So I want to make that announcement. Thank you for your
understanding. Samson, sit down, man. Yeah, man. Some kind of person.
What that make you that?
Yeah. Just say my last time. My last time I need to sit down.
That's okay. All right, Ambrose, go ahead. Ambrose, but you're in a wrong place though.
I'm sorry, man. Just I don't think that long. Okay. I really appreciate Mr. So defending the truth today.
What is true? Mr. So is defending?
But he's saying demanding that Joseph Boakai return all except the world's money that he took. I think that's the first thing we're supposed to start from. Because we're going to talk about integrity and
that your business. Willow Spoon say I want my money back. That's why he's sending you out there. You talk about Mr. So.
Mr. So, what are you doing? Some people talk about Mr. Boakai, he start getting people land.
No, I'm not Jamie.
Yeah. Ain't that interrupting people and you were just talking, saying you want to be respectful.
Go ahead.
The line is breaking. I can't hear myself.
Look,
the line is breaking.
Your line is open. We can hear you. Can you hear me? Bruce.
No, man. Okay, but I can't really participate in the show.
Yeah. So you know, this is why you don't understand something, and it's sad when you. I know the passion you have to support, which is okay, which I don't have problem. But you listen to the last caller, the question he was asking.
Yeah.
You guys.
Can Ambrose finish, please? Go ahead, Ambrose. Go ahead. Can you hear me? Ambrose.
Yeah, I can hear you, but somebody's talking.
Yeah, nobody talking. We're listening to you. Maybe your background.
Yeah. Look.
Okay, Ambrose, when you eat a good place, give us a call.
Yeah, you see, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Sato?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
We're listening.
I mean, you need to find somewhere better to call back. We can't be being like
Mr.
said,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. So.
So what I have the problem.
Ambrose. Okay, let's do it again. Ambrose, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, but your background is bad.
Oh, I'm sorry. But let me just give me 2 minutes or 2 seconds, and I'll be off this. I'll be off. I'll be that quick.
Go ahead.
You see, Mr. To, one of these days, Christian will judge you because you gotta be truthful, and you can't be saying the president is bad, but Mr. Barker that took money from Spencer and can return that money back. Okay, admit that he received money from Spencer. Yeah, how come the vice president could be taking money from a private citizen when he was in government for 12 years? I'm not going to talk about the 42 years that he did serving. How we got to that point for him to be taking money from a private citizen to sustain himself? That's a form of corruption. Because if you be in government and you are handling almost $2 million budget and you go broke, how you can rescue our country?
Okay.
Let's be honest. Let's be truthful. Okay. I know you admire him, you love him, but you gotta join Mr. So and demand that he return that money back. Okay. That's the first place of integrity. They will know that the person that coming to handle our $7 million or $600 million budget will not be fingering it or not be touching it.
Okay.
So thank you for taking my call.
All right, thank you. Okay, Terry, go ahead. Go ahead. I know you're not on tonight, but go ahead. Terry, can you hear me? No. What's going on?
Hello?
Yeah, Terry.
Yes, sir.
Okay, LIBERIA Public Radio. I'm calling you back. What's on your mind? Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Actually, I just listening to the show because I'm sorry today I couldn't be home. My daughter's practices.
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
So, yeah. But actually, like, I hear Mr. So saying that, GMB should give the money back and all the kind of thing. I think, the timing the money was given to him was not when the man was not accused of anything yet. So you can't say the man should give the money back and all of that. So what you say about Maggie, Iltragwe, and all the other people that are supposed to be persecuted, that the government refused to persecute for corruption alleged by the U.S. government. So, we got to be transparent. I believe we just got to be transparent in our argument. It's not bad for what he's saying. It makes sense, but this man have just been found guilty of whatsoever he was involved in. So, in my opinion, I think that it's not fair enough to GMB.
No, let me push back on both of you. Like I said, you're nothing liberal, then people can't count on you much. Let me push back on both you and Mr. So. Will it spoon money on a serious note? the Witherspoon giving out money to not just Ambassador Barker. When he was giving the money, there was no string attached. So even if he's convicted of whatever, however way he got his money, there's nothing in our law. There's nothing in the whatever you want to call it that say people should give back the money. I can see if Ambassador Barker would say, you know what, the man was giving me money, but now we know how he got his money. I want to give it back. That's fine. But he shouldn't be called on to giving money back. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, I do agree with you, but I'm saying just in the case of transparency and for integrity purposes, to say, okay, you know what? I didn't know that this man was like this, so I'm going to return the money back since I found out that he was this person, which I think that is Mr. So's argument.
So look, Terry,
my argument
if he does that, Terry, he'll be throwing Witherspoon on the bus. Witherspoon.
Yeah, but obviously you and I know that he can't do it. That one Mr. So is using that against us. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, because he
what I'm saying here, Samson told is a complete disgrace to this network.
Is using that strategically against us.
And that's
but
why,
that's also saying that
we shouldn't even interfere. The first question I asked, the first thing I told you, that's not your business. That's it. We're done with that. We're moving on to Mr. So. You got any other question?
You know, it's so sad to see person like you, complete disgrace to the country, to sit down and see wrongdoing in as much. And that's the big difference with you guys and myself. And I can give Terry the credit because Terry has the ability to point out to the truth, even with his support to the people. What you're doing is just inexcusable. It's very much inexcusable. I'm never saying that, but to even have the courage.
What ground was he be giving the money back? To say what? To say what? To say what? He was not, but Ambassador Barker was not in cahoots with Stanton Willis.
You the same one, listen, you the same one, you the same person that were protecting Henry Costa here when we started talking here. Oh, he my son, he did that, they were doing all of this. Okay, now we didn't know what was happening. Now we know. This guy is still raising money for the campaign.
That's it.
It's still raising. And I'm telling you, I'm saying that. Is that what?
This is my argument. If Ambassador Barker and Unity Party were aware how he was generating.
So are they aware now?
Yeah, but what you want me to do?
So are they also aware someone that is being convicted? And to still be raising to do fundraiser,
the money.
This is way beyond George. So I am saying that, and we're going to come back to the same network here. I wish this presidency was like a trial and error method, but I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see the 90-day. These are the documents, the 90-day grace period, because we are saying something for the good of the ambassador. But you here because you are so politically drowned.
But even if the federal government approach, if the federal government were to say, the federal government have not announced to say all those that receive money from Witherspoon should return it.
That the federal government is supposed to say that?
Yeah. Then I can see reason
that the federal government to say that.
If I
you Samson told that, will you continue to befriend someone be friend to someone who was indicted and who was not just indicted but convicted to do a fundraiser? Can you do that in any civilized society? What moral rectitude does he have to even question people?
CDC put your foot in your mouth. Now you guys
this is not CDC business. You want to fix the country and you want to fix it. You want to fix it halfway. This is ridiculous.
When was the last time you saw Ambassador Barker on Williston show?
Oh, he's not there, but all his surrogate, the friend, so he doesn't know. You see, this is a dishonest. This is you guys are I just feel bad for that country.
No. Witherspoon is a Liberian. He has the right to talk about Liberian politics, whether he's speaking from jail or not. It doesn't matter. Once the opportunity is there for him to speak, he has the right to speak his mind. You can't say because he's talking on behalf of saying something that is favorable to Unity Party, therefore they must distance themselves. No, they can't do that.
This is a comparison you can be making. You are one of those that are hurting that country because you do not have the guts to even point out when something is wrong. Is that what you're saying? Jesus
Mr.
Christ.
So,
I feel bad for y'all.
Mr.
I feel
So,
bad for y'all.
let me take this call.
All of those people, everybody, when we want to clean Liberia, all must be clean. But y'all want to do it halfway.
Aaron, you got to lower your monitor. Mr. So, this is the liberal. You and your conservative idea doesn't frighten me. Witherspoon is a citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Witherspoon has the right to associate himself with whoever they coming now. The all sedition coming up now, but you can't do nothing to me. You nothing y'all do to me. Bring it up. Witherspoon has the right as a Liberian to talk about Liberian issue, and if he's speaking his mind, if that process favor whoever that's fine.
This is the guy who wants to be the attorney, and he embracing, welcoming all of the bad ideas. And so what? You see, now I want to give me the courage.
I'm running the show. I'm in charge. Okay. Problem, go ahead.
Oh my goodness.
Good evening, my good people. How you guys doing?
I said, you people myself are not going to be plan, but the way Mr. Soul pushing this right now, I'm ready. Go ahead. What on your mind?
So that everybody's going to be making
what on my mind? What on my mind is to tell you how much you embarrassing yourself tonight. Talking about
where you give the man chance to talk, please.
Integrity, Senator Witherspoon is a Liberian. Senator Witherspoon, nobody should return the money back to Senator Witherspoon. But when you are the same person on this show, talking about Nathaniel Magdale, talking about Bill Twary, talking about Serena Seaford, right? You are the same person on this show, right?
Right. So
they were accused. They were accused. But
let's do it one by one. You're one of the panelists.
Okay.
So you're not strict. Okay. You are Cutter. You're one of the shows. Let's do it little by little. Witherspoon has gone through the judicial process. He has been his case has been adjudicated. He has been found guilty. Those people you're naming, your president.
What is the meaning of somebody being found guilty?
Liberal is on the floor. You see, and you want to disturb me now. Your president, your government refused to even start the process of investigating. That is the difference.
What process? You need what you want him to go on? What evidence you want him to go on, Mr. Cole? What evidence?
As he asked the U.S. government, what is your evidence?
Mr. Cole, let me just say something. Let me just say something so I can leave the line. Let me just say something so I can leave the line. Look, all you guys that support Ambassador Barker, all the unity party, I mean, sometimes you can embarrass yourself trying to defend the things that you're supposed to defend. Ambassador Barker needs to return that money. All the money he took from Senator Witherspoon, he needs to return it.
That your money,
It's not for Senator Witherspoon either. It is not Senator Witherspoon either. It is not Senator Witherspoon either. It is not Senator Witherspoon either.
Of the United States, the people who found Senator Witherspoon guilty, let it come in the paper. Whoever got
Mr. Soul, I'm so surprised at you today. I'm so surprised at you today.
I grew up idea
because you're backing wrong. You're backing wrong. Okay. And you started. You prayed to God. You prayed to God for almost 15 minutes, and now you get back in
the man. They're praying that.
Yeah. Okay. So, President, we have to money from him too. Is that you're going to pay back?
President,
if he took money, if he took money from him,
Send
he
the
needs to
water
give it
spoon.
back.
Send the water spoon. Able to get person and we are dying.
Oh, okay.
Send the water spoon with get person.
Okay,
We are
forget it.
dying.
Let me bring
You
in the
believe
other.
that?
Okay, let me
But
bring
you believe
let
that?
me bring in the other CDC.
Mr. Toll, Mr. Toll, find another talking point. Find another talking point.
Okay, you're not gonna have your way tonight on the show. Mr. So is not running the show. I am running the show. Carter, go ahead. Carter, go ahead. I'm listening. Walter Carter, are you there?
I'm here, but your phone is acting up. I don't know what happened. You can hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, we
He
can
doing
hear
it on purpose, Carter.
Okay, whatever. You think y'all come to run me out here to accept bad
Your phone is
ideas?
ready. It's ready. I
The
don't
line is very bad. The line is very bad.
Oh, the line bad.
Mr. Tool, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Toll line is bad.
Okay. All right, let's do this. What's about now? Can you guys hear me? Okay, all right, you're quiet. But let's go ahead, Carter. Walter Carter, go ahead. You think y'all will come run me off of my own show? Concern.
This is not about you. We are talking about sovereign country, a sovereign nation. It's not about you.
Make it brief. Make it brief.
Look at him.
I got other people on the line, Walter Carter.
You see, Mr. The liberal. You're not a true liberal.
Whatever you say.
Yeah, man. That man is a fake man.
Yeah, okay, I'm a fake man.
I will release an audio here tonight after the show. You will see.
Oh my man.
Go ahead, Walter Carter. Go ahead.
So hypocrite.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Toll. This is the thing I've been hearing people talking. All Liberian people say, the last time I checked, President Weah won the first round of the election. Meaning Liberian people spoke over women that they have. The president has.
Walter Carter, don't get all his story. We'll go on the 14. Where you got to produce, we'll see.
I am telling your listeners and the people in the.
That the same thing you told my listener the last time that it was going to be first round. First round happened.
Samson told. Samson told. Kato.
Kato is calling you. Hold on.
Kato.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kato.
You know, you can hear you. Okay, let him finish, Mr. So. I'll come to you. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Toto. Appreciate it. Just bear with me. They and myself on it tonight.
That's another one. Hold on Facebook, putting all kind of tapata.
You can't be a flower.
Oh, you come. Dr. Toto, you say anything you want.
I've been trying to be attacking me.
Okay, you're done. Let me bring you a caller. Okay. You're going nowhere. You sat down here, he told us that first round. Well, you ain't got no first round. Now you're telling her again that, hey. Okay.
Everybody was boosting the morale that they would do first.
Oh, that morale will eat. Man, your fan play to sit down, man. You should be embarrassed of yourself.
Let me be honest here now, right? I hear people talking about Stanton with us, Puaka. It's a shame. It's a shame for a man who served in government for 12 years with a budget of $2.something million a year. Will be broke after 12 years of serving to the extent where he was begging somebody.
Don't worry about it. Even if he begged, right? Don't worry about it. If he leaving your hand out, as long as you're not stealing from the government. Listen. As long as he's not stealing from the government.
You're moderating the show, then you arguing with your guests.
So what guess? You guess? You're citizen, your guess? And I'm a guess.
This is the man who said, I said, no wonder why he said, yeah, what happened? Even if you're causing to sleep with the devil.
That the person I'm listening and calling guest. Okay, thank you. You bring your story thank you very much. Your story is very interesting. Thank you. Thank you, Carter. Let me go on to the next caller, please. Thank you. Call in again. Thank you.
Samson,
next caller, please. Let's see this. They must not going to go to sir. Go ahead, madam. 7845. You're next online.
717.
Yes, please. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
I'm calling from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, James Davis.
Thank you for joining us, sir.
Something I'm fishing about we the Liberians.
Yeah.
Every majority of the people in Liberia, they are criminally in government. They don't talk about it when they only other.
You got 10 minutes. Keep on speaking.
Yeah.
I like your talk.
Other person start, they don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Everybody talk about some people like Prince Johnson. We have Yaya, where is it? Yaya. We have we got we got all the people that live in Liberia. But like Prince Johnson. These are people that are working too. Then we get Francisco. Deputy Speaker of the Hot War of Venezuela and America was in jail for criminal activity for stealing client money.
Something is not apprehended.
Let the flashy business talk about
no, okay, no, that your friend. You love hanging with criminals.
No. Let's talk about McGill. Let's talk about McGill.
You will not listen to you, fanatical father, a friend. So you use.
My sister is not going well right now. Let me go ahead and go back to my studio. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, Terry. My sister and I'm that great, but go ahead.
Yeah, you see, Keto just point out something that I really don't understand what you were trying to say, because President Weah, before he became president, he was worth 86 million. All right, he couldn't even pay his child support in America here before he became president, and at the time he was working as a senator. So what will you say about that? Ambassador Bota turned over 500,000 United States dollars to Joel Howard Taylor when he was leaving office. If he wanted to steal the country money, he could have put in that money in a pocket, and by now we'll not be talking about he trying to beg and other things. Government money is not for you. That is the mentality we have in Liberia. So when you leave in office, you should become a millionaire by exploiting the Liberian people and building houses in other places. Then people will say, yeah, the man, he was bad president, he became rich. From other people's money? No. But Ambassador Bota said, I'd rather beg than to steal the Liberian people.
Exactly. That's the kind of man with, that's what we call integrity.
That's why the Liberian people want the man. The man gave Joel 500,000. He said, I'd rather give the money to you than
they say Ambassador Baka gave sent up his money back. What money? We're finished using the money. Well, the money going with the campaign. What you want to go to all the Liberian people? Thank you, my son. Thank you. Let me go. Mr. So, I'm running the show. Dr. You got the floor.
Yeah, thank you. You know, I gotta lay back, enjoy the show. I say I just have to show face. You know, you are doing the right thing. This is what we call integrity. Wait on cattle, then you go or what the Hoyt Librarian or the Omega Tower. Yeah. No, the Liberian people have resolved. We can see in Liberia that the people want change in Liberia. And that change that wouldn't be through Omer Joseph Boyka.
That's it.
We can see where the wind blowing, but they are trying everything to manipulate the process to hold on. And Ottawa 14 will be singing new song in Liberia. And we can see clearly that the Unity Party, the rescue team, going to be leading Liberia. We talk about integrity, about Elder Waterspoon. There's at least Elder Waterspoon feel just it. He's going to serve the time pressing. We should applaud the great United States for that. Liberia is supposed to be emulating the example of the American justice system for people that mangay, other people that corrupt, that sign not to wear. Let them go through the justice system in Liberia. Let them feel justice. That's Elder Waterspoon. Instead of they say, Elder Waterspoon save the time or impressive. So let them forget about that. Let wait on the same person on the show here so many times. He cost our labor, and then we even correct that. He will say, you can't kind of show me the respect in the young man. Today, now, Henry Costa no longer labor to him. He's a big border to him.
Yeah.
He's a
hypocrite. But I told them, I promised myself, I'm not gonna have confusion with CDC until after election. But they keep pushing themselves. That's why I can tell them that they let them put their foot in their mouth. That's exactly what they have done. But I'll be very careful. Go ahead, Dad.
Yeah, so we can see it. Look up, you get people like Amora Corner, Kabiwa Bull, Brela better Amora Corner.
Yeah.
For the economy of the country.
I mean that I don't mean to interrupt. If you compare the kind of endorsement we get and the kind of endorsement they got all kind of feisty, so all kind of nyama endorsement. We get the real endorsement. Like all kind of nyama people come so anyway endorsement that endorsement. I say that endorsement.
The Korean Kakata other places or friend of our call me, he has to say, oh, that if you eat Kakata run, I say all the young boy girls, either 20 or 25 in their pocket, running around, mange, Kalasu, they are sharing. I said, they don't eat the money, that their money. But at the end of the day, the boys should not vote for them. Yeah.
But you know how I told us that. So when they bring money, that stolen money, you eat it.
Do you know how I tell her? What you broke out there, I listen to what you broke out about district, inside our district, telling the people say, I went to the southeast, I went to the people say we'll take our own son. You go talk to your people in Bonkante. That you the problem, you get problem in Bonkante, but for us, we'll take our son. I said, whether you the daughter of Bonkante, what have you done for the people of Bonkante? So they will take you. The road that even lead you your own town, sat on you from a town to town. You didn't face that road. Say you be in government. They say because you're the daughter of one country, they should take you that the son is not take that son. I said, oh no, Madam Vice President, you got work to do. You know? But Liberal good show, the guy enjoying the show.
Thank you, Mr. So. You got anything small thing to say before we close the show? I said small thing.
You want close it now, small thing? Look, the situation is, there's no question. The momentum, I'm a realist. I'm not like you, okay? The liberal, I'm not like you who just look on one side of the wall and you think there's no other side on the east. The fact of the matter here, the real thing here is Unity Party, CDC going to have a tough time. The momentum is on the side of Unity Party. We had this conversation.
What do you mean by tough time? But CDC going to lose the election.
Well, I can't say. I mean, I can't come and undercut the process that have not even taken place. But what is so appalling and discouraging is people like you that does not even have the guts to even stand up for one truth for the good of the country because you are so politically charged.
Not giving standard money.
That's not just what I'm saying. If we want ambassador, I am talking about what would make the country to succeed. But you are just looking at the short term. Okay, let's do it this one. Then you come back to
give us an example of what would make the country to succeed. I will stay here.
In as much you support who you want to support, which is okay. When something is happening wrong, when something is not right, even when that money will not be refunded, which of course it should be, how can this man sit on a major outlet and talks about quality education when he have to facilitate and defraud the educational system to give people certificates? No, I'm just telling you, it's why we can't. You were not even say, and you still there collecting. And Dr.
But here's the thing here. What do you want?
You give me chance. You give me chance. There's nothing you're you've been running all here. So when you come to these sort of major discourse, this sort of ending time here, dressing your nice gold and black, which is okay, you're supposed to be talking about how the policy of Ambassador Boyka going to impact life. Look at it today. 2 hours today. The CDC. You not be talking there. You don't talk it. You don't talk it. You don't talk it at all. He just come and just throw the red meat and that's it. Look at today. The collector people carried them to Ghana Vista, Stephen Tower essay there. They never even pay their way. So these are things when you're talking for the party or when you're talking for a candidate. Go out there and find valuable information. And don't just come because this person get aside. You just
all right. Thanks for
let me just tell you. There's no way you don't have to tell. I'm just telling you now because they're going to be.
But you advise me.
There's going to be an action taken again.
Well, I must have rocked you guys tonight.
The mayor said your advice. The mayor said your advice.
I accept your advice. The one that you coming to show me.
No, I don't hear you go say go.
I say I accept your advice and I appreciate it. So what kind of action you want to take on me again?
Oh no, there will be a disciplinary letter.
For what? For me accepting
for sanctioning other voices. But anyway, there's no question. I just look, Africa is kind of little is difficult. And we don't, because if it were like in the USA, we saw it from far distance. And I can just say, I can't come here to say, oh, the people are gonna win, because that's how some people make all sort of prediction and allow people, increase people's anxiety for no reason. But indeed, the momentum is actually on the side, because this should not be happening to a ruling, a governing party at the end of such a dying minute of an electoral process, to see the tides to be shifting like this. But in as much this tide is shifting, supporters of the ambassador and his surrogate, they must be able to hold on to that and be able to add more quality. Part of that is to be able to, they're not ever seditions. There are some other seditions sitting on the edge. But you guys, some of you with those sort of extreme voices, when you come on the network to be persuasive, you don't do it. You just you're driving people away, because. But anyway, they don't know you. You don't know them.
Aaron Bradley, I want them in my account. Let them go. They must go. They must go. Aaron Bradley, we don't cut. They must go. We don't want them around. Advice I would take.
Oh my goodness! Samson told you a mess. Unbelievable. You don't want to get off.
No, let you go. Let you go. He came out here. Oh, that first round. Believe me, Mr. Toe, that first round. Now he say that was morale. That morale he coming from the team. He will show you.
Look at boy man. Look at the one here. He believed that he will not go. You see, this is eating a Liberia. That you believe he will not go to jail. This is the document. You're playing fun. This is the document. When you're talking about eating a Liberia, you going to bribe Joy. That funny thing. That get a country to be so.
I tell you so. When I engage,
is there Billy?
He was self-retired.
He was self-retired. These are official documents. You are self-retired. You see, are you kidding me?
That's okay.
No, but these are people who not even help to the country.
He will serve his time with the blessing of God. God will guide.
No. That's not what God.
Oh, you go.
That's not how God can bless people. You are a disaster. Are you serious? Blessing of God?
Leave it between the man and his God. What you want? No. You got to step in.
Everybody have
their creator. What?
Everybody have their creator.
It's not about God with that. You the God.
Yeah, don't worry about it. But what was that making you bad?
No, I just heard this sort of hypocrisy.
Okay.
People must pay just how we want.
God.
No, the system, we want to make the system perfect, and we try to compromise the system in our country, but we want some sort of good governance. And then attach it. All of these people.
What system you want to make perfect? You got people over there in a country, on a very serious note.
We are talking about that, and we all frown on that.
Yeah, but when with the government, if you want a system to be successful, the government, these are president, we are friends, granted, but you can initiate the investigation and make sure you ask the U.S. government, why can't you even help your friends to clear their own name? To say he's the president of the Republic of Liberia, Mr. USA, you accuse these guys. Their record, their reputation, their character is being tarnished. Where are the evidence you guys have so I can prosecute them or so I can go to court? The ambassador told us that the government of the Republic of Liberia have never asked them for anything.
Something. We had this conversation before. Even Dr. Toto, we had a conversation. We all frown on the process. And I spoke against it. The president was taking a decision coming from Uncle Sam. So meaning there's some sort of explanation provided to him. You went ahead, whatever it is. Yeah, we have the people who have a different types of electorate. Yeah, then these same people who were accused, who have been sanctioned, but they have not been convicted. But it was within the purview of the government of Liberia to also press further to say, hey, we want to know. And he said there was going to be an investigation. That investigation has not been done. The Uncle Sam also made it clear that it has nothing to do with whatever politics they're going to do. But guess what? Our people on the other side of the world say, no, we're going to reward it. So we consistently see these patterns happening over and over and over and over. They're sending them to Capitol Hill now. They are already there now. What sort of society is that? So even if you are supporting a candidate and we say we want good governance, we want accountability, we should not be selected.
That is a topic that is coming.
We should not be selected.
That's the reason why we get the government out.
Huh?
Because these people, the Magay, the Bill 12, they should not even be in that Senate. Whatever apply to Samukai should go to them as well. But I'm not going to be the one here to convict them. They need to go through the process. The GOL needs to find out what are these crimes, the accusation for which he was sanctioned is also contravenes our constitution for which they are being signed. And then the president, they allow them, they say they resign. But I know for sure if you push it, they will push it. So we need to have that.
What will be your closing? Since you joined up very late, what will be your closing?
Good discussion tonight. You know, I enjoy the conversation, and I like how you lecture tonight, like a classroom teacher.
Thank you. That's coming from the PhD.
Yeah,
Says something told Dave well.
Lecturer.
Thank you.
Let we don't go say the relax. In fact,
people they don't see this. The other man who played for him who can't run into my show because he saw goal. And I remember I went to Fuya. No problem. I want to go tonight to Fuya. I remember.
Anyway, we hope the election Liberia is as it. We hope the pray that we have peaceful election on the 14th. Our people will deliver whoever wins, whether that Unity Party or CDC. Liberia is bigger than everyone out there.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why. But
very serious note.
But next week, by the time we'll start getting the signal of how the process is going to look like. I mean,
that your point is well taken, and that's why from other platforms that I listen to today, the kinds of languages that are used, the word selection to describe the president of the Republic of Liberia, who also happen to be a human being, that is unacceptable. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can't just take everything and say that campaign time.
You don't see enough, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So we have to do much. We have to do much better.
Yeah, I mean, we have to.
It's just sad. People lack of the tolerance. They are unable to have a conversation where they can.
And the lady from Nima County, maybe they're all friends, but her treatment tonight on that network, I was not comfortable with it.
But this is what happens. You're talking about Edith. This is what happened. And that's the same thing I was saying here. You can't hold people accountable. You are not the right person, whether people like you or not. You are not the right people to. What is the point? But that's what happens if you don't know your own destination, because the purpose of Spoon Network, it is glaring, it is known. It is a mouthpiece for the opposition. So just how you get Fox News, CNN, now CNN, MSNBC, and all of that. So when you go there, you know your voice will never be heard. They're going to streamline you. They're going to cut you off. There's a lot of disrespect. When you bring guests on your show, you don't have to side with their political ideology. There's a reason you want to gather information. But I listen to it, see how they behave to that lady because she take a side today. Suppose you are going to be on your side. But again, until they can know their own direction, it's the same way. You ever see there are some Republicans who don't go on Fox News. Who don't go to CNN. There are some Democrats who never goes on Fox News. You ever see what he said, Will Blitzer go on a show Hannity or Laura Ingram? No, because when you go there, they will destroy you, they will demoralize you. So they know it. It is not a hating thing, and it's good because they pick a side, and they know who is driving the force. So when you go in there to say you're going to do anything, you're on your own, and that's what happened. But I think it's just wrong to have people bring guests and you try to disrespect them. You don't want to hear their side, and you just throw all of the range market at them and let them go. I think it's just not good. It doesn't help our country.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. So. Mr. Toto, Dr. Toto. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Mr. So.
So again, before you go, Dr. Toto, our prayer. Do you know? I don't know whether you monitor the group chat, but anyway, again, our prayers and thoughts out to you. I think you gave me the date, and we will try to coordinate with the team. We miss you a lot, and but we know what it means to go through this all tough times. So
you're going to Liberia?
They're not what we're saying.
Liberia. Yeah.
The man is bereaved. His brother passed away. You call yourself board chairman. You're not informed. You don't listen. You don't know what is happening. You will be that man before tomorrow. He fired. The same way Donald Trump. The way Donald Trump did to when he says FBI man. Look at he even know what's going on. Jesus Christ.
Will the Carter call you again, or do I take it?
Oh man,
Let's have fun with him.
The show.
What up, Carter? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud.
Okay, I think we can hear you. Dr. Toto, can you hear you?
Yeah, I call back. So, my brother came on. I just put it out there, but something's very serious, and I had to come back to call. Since his brother passed, I send my condolences online.
Yeah, thank you.
And officially say, my brother Toto, have my condolences. I'm very sorry for the loss of your brother.
Yeah,
we are together.
I express the same. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are in this together.
Okay.
Thank you. So I hope you take comfort in the Lord. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How can you sound like somebody tired? I may have tired tonight.
Who, me?
I may have
tired. You please, hey, you are in you couldn't find your way. Only on the network, may you hold you. Hey,
the man for you said my last time they got to your plea, excuse me, I want to say that.
After the
you think your trip gonna work with all here?
All right.
So Jacob, I'll see you guys.
Okay, Dad. I will talk to you.
Guys. Thank you.
Okay, LIBERIA.
Thank you for joining us.
All right.
Appreciate it. Mr. So, thank you very much. Again, folks, Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. That's how we're going to do. We'll be here on Mr. So show tomorrow. But before Mr. So came here on a very serious note, I think I explained to many of you that was watching why I think this government does not deserve second term, strictly on policy. And let me wrap this up by saying this. We are all Liberians. You cannot and you must not describe another Liberian, whether he's president or he's Rakesh or whatever you want to call it. He's a human being. He's a human being. President Weah is a human being. He's a son of Liberia. So if you start describing him, giving these kinds of description on him like that, what does that mean? What does that stand? So if you were to go to foreign or some places where gather what the foreigners and you say no, President, we are different. I'm from Liberia, but I'm different. It doesn't hold water. So if you describe him as such, you're pretty much describing yourself because we're all from Liberia. And furthermore, he was elected by the electorate. He was elected by Liberians. If you're going to insult and use words like that, and then you call yourself an advocate, then who are you? You're not serious. You're not serious. Differ on policy and specify the policy on which you differ. But what his dressing have to do with anything, what his shoes have to do with anything. But people say, Mr. Toda, election time. Okay, but I'm just not comfortable, to be honest with you. And you will not catch me doing stuff like that. Where I sit right now, I set some other documents, other video that I too can play. But just because of politics, I should play those video, show this place and show that place. People send me stuff as well. I'm not going to do that. That's not the kind of politics. If Ambassador Baka going to win, let him win strictly based on policy, what people believe he can do. Anyhow, we'll be back here again tomorrow on Mr. Social. I want to thank all of you again. Aaron Brupler, he said, I prayed for almost 15 minutes. And so by me praying for 15 minutes, as long as this is what I believe. If I say something and I truly believe in it, then I have no fear. Let me explain again why I said what I said about this Witherspoon money and Ambassador Baka. When Ambassador Baka was getting money, whatever he was getting from Witherspoon, at that time, it has not been known that Witherspoon has other means of getting money. And Ambassador Baka is not the only Liberian that enjoy from Witherspoon money. When you see, when you do this kind of stuff, then it's just, it baffles me. Until Witherspoon got in trouble, he was a darling for CDC. All the officials, all the government officials used to go on Witherspoon talk show and have a conversation with him. When they want to talk about something, the policy, they go on Witherspoon. Samuel 12 was a regular guest on that. So all of the, and you're thinking he never give money to sedition? You bring the money to now. This is wrong. You can't do that. If Ambassador Baka wants to give whatever money he wants to give back, that's up to him. But for us to demand as being some of the reason why we think his character, he has a flawed character on somebody giving you money, the money that some of you working in a place getting paid, you know where that money come from? Some of the company you're working for, you know how they got there? Have you heard of Miloff? The guy who scammed billions of dollars. Don't you think he had people who are working for him? Some of the private company you work for, you know where they get their money from? Do you know whether their money is a drug money, money laundering, all of that? You know of these things? So when these people that you, unfortunately, if you're working for those type of people and they get cut, will you take the money they pay you? You will say, I'm giving it back today. Why will you guys talk something that you know is not, it's so ridiculous, unacceptable? My last word. Let me see who President Mr. told that's not true. Even up to now, he's still receiving money from him. Okay, all right. So did you hear federal government say don't spend money on family member? So all of the money, anything now money that Witherspoon had has to do with his problem. Man, you be serious. Witherspoon is a nurse. He used to make money before that thing happened. So his wife not working. What kind of business is this? You're man, be that ridiculous, man. Okay, let me leave it as that. And thank you guys, whoever's making comments on the platform. We really, really do appreciate it. And we'll be back again tomorrow with Mr. Soul Show. It's been the LIBERIA is here. Been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful afternoon. You know, that before I leave, Aaron Blopper come running here, blah, 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 because he not see go, I wear go it here. So I man, you see the color behind me? That the real color, that barrel behind me. What make you think? Look at the writing, red and white. Everyone should have known that. Oh, they may wearing gold, but not ayo that barrel. I just put a gold on to shaking thing up, blood, everything barrel. What make you think I come to come? I can't wear yellow then Hey, come and run here and things here on your side. I don't on your side. A barrel. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. Folks, thank you very much. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. We'll say thank you, and please join us again tomorrow. When we do these things, when we come to you to do this thing, we appreciate you. The fact that you stay with us, the fact that you even start with us, not that you don't have anything to do. We come here, we put fun into things from time to time, but when we start talking some serious stuff, we're very serious to improve the lives of Liberians, to improve the life of Liberia citizens in Liberia. It will take all of us, sedition, unity party, non-party, party, whoever, whenever you have the opportunity to contribute, please do so. Let's develop our country. That's our country. Divorce all conflict, disagree, vehemently disagree, but do it with respect and do it with honor, because you are a Liberian. Good night, folks. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio.
Abagi, abawa, maseba,